Good morning, I'm Teacher Rose, and welcome to Contemporary Philippine Arts from the Regions. For today's presentation, we're going to discuss or tackle the different elements and principles of art. This presentation will let you identify elements and principles of art that you can use in describing and appreciating contemporary arts. Filipino artists are adept in creating artwork from different materials, both traditional and non-traditional. Different kinds of local artworks have sprung not only in the urban centers of the country and in the School of Arts of different educational institutions, but also a lot more of never before seen and heard art forms from the countryside have made known and have become renowned. These artworks are made with the artistic expression of ideas of various Philippine artists and effectively deliver the message or idea of the artwork with the use of elements and principles of art. Did you ever wonder how the elements and principles of art is used in making artistic artwork? Or did you ever wonder how to critique an artwork based on the elements and principles of art? So let's start your learning about the different elements and principles of art. The elements of art are space, line, shape, and form, color, value, and texture. Meanwhile, the principles of art are proportion, harmony, variety, movement, rhythm, balance, and emphasis. Now, let's discuss these elements and principles of art further. The first element of art is line. An element of art that is used to define shape, contours, and outlines, also to suggest mass and volume. It may be a continuous mark made on a surface with a pointed tool or implied by the edges of shape and forms. Line may come in two characteristics: forms that are curved, dotted, or broken lines, and direction which are vertical, horizontal, or diagonal lines. Different characteristics of lines may convey different meanings. Like a horizontal line. Horizontal line creates an impression of serenity and perfect stability. Letter B, which is vertical line, that creates an impression of strength and perfect stability. Letter C is diagonal line, creates an impression of action. Curved line creates an impression of gradual change of direction. Circular lines creates an impression or abrupt change of direction. Moreover, lines can be classified into different types. Letter A, outlines that are made by the edge of an object or its silhouette. Letter B, contour lines that describe the shape of an object and the interior detail. Letter C is expressive lines that catch the movement and gesture of an active figure. Letter D is sketch lines. It captures the appearance of an object or impression of a place. Letter E, calligraphic lines are the elegant handwriting or lettering done by hand. Letter F, implied lines are lines that are not actually drawn but created by a group of objects seen from a distance. Number 2 elements of art is shape. Shape is an area that is enclosed by a line or lines. Shapes are two-dimensional figures with height and width. There are different kinds of shapes, and these are geometric shapes, organic shapes, positive shapes, negative shapes, static shapes, and dynamic shapes. And here are the different kind of shapes. Letter A is geometric shapes. These are circles, squares, rectangle, triangle, and other geometric shapes. Letter B, organic shape, are shapes found in nature and are free-flowing, informal, and irregular, which we call abstract shapes. Positive shapes are the solid forms in design. Letter D, negative shapes are the space around the positive shapes. Letter E, static shapes are shapes that appear stable and resting. And letter F, dynamic shapes are shapes that appears moving and active. Number 3 is color. Colors are the way we see light reflected from a surface or refracted through a prism. Colors we see in nature are reflections of light on the surfaces around us. We can classify colors into primary colors, secondary colors, tertiary colors, analogous colors, complementary colors, monochromatic colors, warm colors, and cool colors. Primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. Secondary colors are the resulting colors when the two of the primary colors are mixed. The secondary colors are purple, green, and orange. Tertiary colors are the resulting colors when two of the primary and secondary colors are mixed. The tertiary colors are amber, vermilion, magenta, violet, teal, and chartreuse. Analogous colors are colors that lie next to each other based on the color wheel. Examples of analogous colors are yellow, orange, and red. Complementary colors are the colors that are opposite to each other based on the color wheel. Examples of complementary colors are red and green, blue and orange, and purple and yellow. Monochromatic colors are several values of one color. Warm colors are colors that give the feeling of warmth. The warm colors are yellow, amber, orange, vermilion, red, and magenta. Cool colors are colors that give the feeling of coolness. The cool colors are purple, violet, blue, teal, green, and chartreuse. Number 4 is space. Space refers to distance or areas around, between or within components of a piece and refers to the arrangement of objects on the picture plane. In visual arts, space may either be positive space or negative space. Positive space refers to a part which is enclosed in a shape. Meanwhile, negative space refers to the opposite part which the shape is enclosing. Moreover, perspective is a technical means by which we perceive distance in painting, by which we are made to see the position of objects in space. In one-point perspective, we perceive that the position of objects meet at one point on the horizontal line. In two-point perspective, we perceive that the position of objects meets at 2 points on horizontal line. Number 5 is texture. Texture is the element that appeals to our sense of feel on things, like rough or smooth, bumpy or slippery. It is the character of the surface of an artwork. Real texture is the actual texture of an object. Artists may create real texture in art to give it visual interest or evoke a feeling. Implied texture made a piece of art to look like a certain texture. Like a drawing of a tree trunk may look rough, but in fact it is just a smooth piece of paper. Number 6 is value. Value pertains to the lightness or darkness of a color in a given artwork. Value can be changed by adding white or black to a color, and this is described as tint and shade. Tint pertains to the lightness of a color, and shade pertains to the darkness of a color. Last but not the least elements of art is form. Form is the three-dimensionality of an object. It has dimension of height, width, and length. According to Mather, the elements of art are the visual tools that the artist uses to create a composition. Consequently, principles of art represent how the artist uses elements of art to create an effect and convey the artist's intent. And here are the different principles of art. Number 1 is rhythm. This refers to the repetition of a certain element to produce a pattern. Number 2 is movement. Movement is the illusion of motion in painting, sculpture, or design. Number 3 is balance. Balance refers to the visual weight in a picture. It refers to the even distribution of position of elements in an artwork. The principle of balance can be symmetrical or asymmetrical. Symmetrical balance refers to an artwork wherein its both sides has the same elements in the same position. Letter B, asymmetrical balance, refers to an artwork wherein it is balanced through the contrast or differences of any of the elements of art. Number 4 is proportion. Proportion refers to the relationships to the size of an object in a body of work. Number 5 is contrast. This principle shows differences between elements of art in an artwork. It shows how stronger each element of art in relation to one another. Number 6 is variety. This principle of art refers to diversity or the different elements used in an artwork to make it more interesting. Number 7 is emphasis. This refers to the greater impact or highlight given to a certain element of an artwork. Last but not the least principles of art is harmony. This principle of art refers to the unity of an artwork. It is about the related elements that makes an artwork to be viewed as a whole. These elements and principles of art are very important aspects in understanding and appreciating art. It helps an artist to make an artistic artwork which conveys their essential ideas of their intent. Through the elements and principles of art present in an artwork, viewers will be able to understand, appreciate, and evaluate an artwork. Elements and principles of art are a must in learning and comprehending arts, especially Philippine arts. Again, I'm Teacher Rose, saying share love to everybody, be a blessing to everyone. Thank you.